Hello students. Now I am going to start the lesson that is evolution of computers. How computers have came into existence. So that is the lesson. So now present day the systems what we are using. So what is the history of that systems? What is the history of that computers? Then how that generations of computers have come and in that generation what are the components, what are the materials they have used in that computers, and what are the devices in earlier days the scientists or people are using instead of computers, and after they modified that devices and they made a computer, and at last characteristics and limitations of computers. So these are all the points we are going to learn in this lesson. So before learning, you should, I think, you know what is computer and what is input device, what is output device. That is basic concept. Okay? Computer is an electronic device which takes input, process it, and gives the output as per user requirement. So that is the definition of computer. And what is input device? Input device means the devices which we are using to take the input. So that is input device. For example, mouse, keyboard, scanner, joystick. So these all are input devices. Now what is output devices? The devices which we are using to get the output. Output means result, final result. To get the output, the devices which we are using, that is all output devices. For example, monitor. On the monitor you are getting output. Printer, you are getting the output. Speaker, you are getting the output. Understood? So this is all a basic concept. So instead of discussing that points, we'll begin this lesson, evolution of computers. So in this lesson, so every aspect of our life in this present era has been influenced by the most advanced machine known as computer. So nowadays you see we can't imagine without a system, without a computer. For each and every work we are depending on the computers. Understood? You go everywhere you will see the system, everywhere you will see the computer. Go to book the tickets or go to hotels, then hospitals, colleges, schools, universities. You go wherever, everywhere systems are getting used. Means this system, this machine is influenced like anything on human life. Initially computers were used only by scientists and engineers for complex calculations, because the computers were very expensive. So that's why only scientists and engineers were using these computers. But nowadays, see, anybody can afford it, anybody can purchase, and the size of the systems also got reduced. So initial days the size of the systems were very big, but nowadays the size has been reduced like anything. Now anybody can afford, anybody can purchase and use that systems. Computers have now become a basic necessity because of their use at almost every workplace. Now it has become a part and parcel of a life. Okay, understood? So this computer has become part and parcel of life because so in every workplace computers are getting used. Computers are used extensively in banks, hospitals, media and entertainment, industries, schools, homes, space technology and research, railways, airports and so on. So these are the fields. So that in that field these computers are used. Okay. Now how this word computer came into existence? This word derived from two words. So one is compute. Compute means calculate. Okay. But can we say we are using computer only for calculation? No, it is not limited only for calculation, only for performing calculation. Computers are used for doing many other tasks. Understood? So computer is not restricted only for calculation. A computer is a versatile device that can handle different applications at the same time. So versatile means the same device can be used for different purpose. We are using computers for playing games, for playing the music, videos, audio, for entertainment, for maintaining the accounts. We are using these systems. So that's why it is a versatile machine. Now let us glance through the major milestones in the journey leading to the evolution of present day computer. So what is the journey of this computer? So that we are going to learn in this uh, chapter. The first one is history of computers. The need to keep track of numbers led to the invention of different calculating devices. To keep the track of the numbers, that scientists were researching, so they are inventing the devices. So right from the abacus, actually abacus is the first mechanical calculating device developed in China. Okay, here what happened, to keep the track on that numbers, they are inventing different calculating devices. Right from abacus, many devices were invented, leading to the development of computers. So from abacus to till many other devices also invented. So abacus was the first mechanical device. After abacus, so many other devices also got developed. So that devices we'll see one by one. First one is, that is abacus, that is 300 BC. Abacus was the first mechanical calculating device developed in China. So in China, this abacus was developed. It is the first mechanical calculating device. It was made up of a wooden frame with rods, each having bits. So this I think you have seen this abacus frame. Okay, so that frame is a wooden frame with the rods, and every rod was having bits. Nowadays also you can use this abacus for the calculation. The frame is divided into two parts, heaven and earth. So this abacus device, that frame is divided into two parts, heaven and earth, and each rod in heaven has 2 bits and each rod in earth has 5 bits. Okay, earth means lower section and heaven means upper section. So that upper section rod is having 2 bits and lower section the rod is having 5 bits. This abacus was used for addition, subtraction, multiplication, division and division. So you can use this abacus for making the arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So this is all about abacus. So next calculating device comes, that is Pascal's calculator. Okay, so Blaise Pascal is the scientist. So he himself, he has kept his own name for this device, that is Pascal's calculator. Blaise Pascal, a French mathematician, invented an adding machine called Pascal's calculator or Pascaline. He invented this device and it named it as Pascal's device or Pascaline at the age of 19. At the age of 19, he invented this machine. So in 1642, so that is a year, in 1642 this device was invented. So this device was having gears, wheels and dials. So these are the components present in that Pascaline, Pascal's calculator: gears, wheels and dials. Numbers were displayed by rotating the wheels. It was capable of performing addition and subtraction. So here that numbers were displayed on the rotating wheel. The wheel was rotating. You can see that old time that landline phone ring, people used to rotate that to make a call. Okay, the same concept. So that rotating wheel, and so that device was capable to perform the addition and subtraction. Only addition and subtraction can be performed by using this Pascal machine. The gear principle was further employed in many mechanical calculators. The same concept, this gear concept, used in many other mechanical calculators. So best example is now taximeter. Okay, so in a taximeter, so this concept is getting used, mechanical calculator concept. Next device comes Leibniz calculator. Leibniz, the famous German mathematician, improved on Pascal's machine in 1671. Now what this Leibniz, so this mathematician did, he made some more improvement in that Pascal's machine, in that Pascaline. He made some more improvements because there are some restriction in the Pascaline. Only that Pascal machine can perform only addition and subtraction. Got it? Then so this in a Leibniz, this German mathematician, what he has done, he made some more improvement, and so that Leibniz calculator that can perform multiplication, division and you can find out the square root also. So some more improvements in that device, and along with that addition and subtraction, we can perform multiplication, division, and we can find the square roots. Okay, this is all about Leibniz calculator. So thank you students. So in a next video I am going to continue this lesson. So that is a difference engine and analytical engine. Thank you for watching.